Hello, this is the RPG Crawler, and welcome back to my playthrough of Pillars of Eternity. Now, we are in the Twin Elms area, and we have several quests. We also have a drastic need to rest, so let's get a room. A middle-aged elven man, that looks a little bit heavy for an elf, but that's okay, stands behind the counter of the inn. He has a warm, open face and smiles pleasantly in greeting as you approach. I'm always glad to see a new face. Take a seat where you like, my friend. It seems to me we've walked a long road. All are welcome here, and those with interesting stories most welcome of all. Who are you? My name is Eleutherion. They call me Haggard Shoes for all the walking I used to do, and all the boots I wore down. But those days are well behind me. My eyes have seen a great deal, and now my ears get their fill from the travelers who come through here. Tell me about this place. Of course, I founded the inn many years ago, but in many ways its tale begins much earlier. It was while I was returning from a long journey south that I first heard the story of the tree upon which this inn rests. Hundreds of years ago a strange event occurred. The sky was troubled that night, with many stars falling across the sky, and one of those same stars began to plummet, instead towards Eora. It fell here, striking a young tree and burying itself within it like a fiery heart. But the tree survived, and over the years it grew and grew and grew, twice as big as its fellows in half the time, until it reached the size you see now, and grew no more. Hearing the tale, I knew I must find the truth, and you see it there. Around the tree's heart I built this inn, and welcome all travelers who might look upon it. I'm always glad to see a new face. Take a seat. Okay, already got that. Let's go ahead and grab a room. And might and constitution and resolve, even though it's 200 copper. Just because. Actually, how much money do I have? I thought I had way more than that. 8,066. Oh, because I've been using it to upgrade my keep. Right? Am I right? Yeah, do I have anything left in here I need to build? Yeah, I have one thing I need to build. Alright, well, I'm all rested. Okay. Actually, let's cruise around in here first, see if anybody has any more quests for me or anything like that. Like this. Have a moment, I would like a word with you.
Hello.
A slender woman in dusty leathers locks eyes with you. It's good to see someone from more civilized lands around here. Her unkempt hair sprouts in wavy black tufts. Despite the fine features that sculpt her face, a cleft chin completes her boyish appearance. I'm learning firsthand the many shortcomings of Glanfathan hospitality. Her gloved hands come to rest on the pommel of a long estoc cinched low on her hip. I can almost forgive the hostility towards outsiders, but the temperate taverns and these watered-down drinks, inexcusable. The dozens, positive too. I hope I don't seem too forward, but I've heard of you. You're famed amongst the dozens, and that makes us allies. And allies, well, they help each other, do they not? What do you need? My friends have drawn some unwanted attention. Glanfathan scouts, and not just any mob of local zealots, the Fangs. The Fangs are a brutal, relentless bunch, either eager to make an example of troublesome outsiders. As for why I need your help, I need someone to warn the expedition that trouble is coming, and I need someone ready to fight if it comes to that. With any luck, we'll reach my friends before the Fangs do. But if not, the Fangs have a reputation to uphold, so this might require spilling blood. What did your friends do to draw the attention of the Fangs? Just setting foot in Glanfath is a good way to offend the tribes. I don't know how they picked up our trail. I suspect one of our newer scouts didn't cover his tracks well enough. When I spotted the Fangs, they were retracing a path the expedition had taken days before. Tell me more about your expedition. I'd like to think we're on a mission of reclamation. It is said that our armies left behind many valuables in their hasty retreat from Glanfath at the end of the War of Black Trees. So the way I see it, we're simply gathering up what our ancestors left behind. I doubt the Glanfathans agree with me on this. My expedition set out from Defiance Bay, heading directly east across into Glanfathan lands. I split off once we arrived at the Bale, the natural frontier between our nations. The plan was for me to keep my eyes on the Glanfathans, While the main group scoured the target area, for days we eluded them, but the Fangs get wise to our presence. Your friends are trespassing. By local custom, they're criminals. You'll forgive me if I'm not sympathetic with face painters and their barbaric laws. I'm not pretending that what we're doing is noble. I just don't believe trespassing is a crime that warrants execution. I'll help you warn the expedition. Excellent. I knew I could count on you. Assuming the Fangs didn't already get them, my friends should now be at or around the Pilgrim's Trail in the Northweld. The plan was to camp along a trail leading to a temple of Hylia. Find my companions, warn them the Fangs are coming, and help them clear out the forest. I'll head out first on my own to see if I can't lead the Fangs astray and buy us some time. If the gods smile on us, we won't have to draw steel. Should it come to that, I'm glad you're on our side. Okay, let's see what we can do. Alright. The Northweald. I don't even know where that is. What are you talking about? This man looks up sharply as you approach, eyes going wide. You're the one he's looking for. You killed Lord Raedric. What if I did? No, you don't understand. It didn't work. I'm one of the guards at the keep. Was one of the guards at the keep. He's killed most of them. The ones you didn't. Kolsch, he didn't last very long. Nothing but empty air, him. Nice enough to work for, I mean. Much nicer. But that didn't help him when Raedric came back. Gods, the screaming. His eyes. It was like he was burning inside. He says he's come back to lead us like before. Says he's going to kill you for what you've done. I told him I'd find you, give you his challenge, do it all honorable, that sort of thing. He let me go, and I kept on running as far as my coin let me. Funny me, running into you anyhow. I suppose you have some kind of trap waiting for me back there? Who, me and the poor fools Raedric threw off the ramparts? I haven't got a thing to do with him, and begging your pardon, but I'd rather keep as far from you as I can manage. Just going to sit here and drink until I don't remember a thing. I wish you all the luck in the world, friend. There's something awful in that keep, howling after your blood. Wow! So it sounds like all that work I did to get that asshole off the throne was for naught. But I've got like 6 more levels on me now, so it'll probably be 7 or 8 by the time I get around to dealing with him. Alright, off to the market then. And into the market. Alright, so what do we got in here? We've got Tamra, who is named but not gold, so that's good. This tall woman is clad in furred hides. She settles a sharp, dark-eyed gaze on you. I hold here the best hides in Erglanfith. Hides so thick the Stalgar cannot claw through, boots so supple they would smother the sound of your steps. What's your trade? I bear it on my skin. I sell hides from every one of Galawain's beasts. Estromorn come from every village to see them and know us for great hunters. Every hide bears the tale of a great hunt, and our traders bear them in turn to every corner of our lands. What's she got for sale? Nothing critical. Height. There is a Durin. And how did I get combat mode up? No, I don't want combat mode. I want to talk. There we go. Just talk.
Builder's wisdom to you.
Ah, I see that you've heard it. A good blade has a voice and it sings to its wielder. What weapon called you forward? Tell me about your craft. My weapons speak for themselves, and every man and woman in this market knows my worth, even that Tamra. I bear the knowledge my father held and his mother before him. Take up one of my blades, and you hold a weapon 5 generations in the making. They say I should not waste such fine metals on Estromorn, such fine weapons on Estromorn. I say a good weapon lying on a rack is the true waste. That is totally not what I want to do. I want to see your wares. Look all you wish. My weapons are the pride of Erglanfith. And do you have anything worthwhile? Oh, you got some magic stuff. What do you got? You have a unique club, which has a decent amount of damage, actually. Oh, that is a really nice club. It's like a really nice club. Okay, Star Caller. Unique flail, one-handed. It is a little bit better than the one I have. Convert graze to hit, yes, exceptional. Stunning, spell striking, Menelit's minor missiles. This is actually a really nice flail. I think it might actually be better than what I have. Strike hard. What a unique weapon name. Warhammer does a fair amount of damage, disoriented, speed, and exceptional. These are really nice weapons. I actually might need to pick them up. I think that's about it, too. Wait. I saw a gold shield. What is it? It's not a shield. Curded Pames is a unique medium armor, which is not even worth it. Okay. Well, I know what to try to do with all of my gear once I have time to actually sort through it. Sell it here and grab what I can. Addendum added. Hard bargain. Hard bargain. Okay. Renato told me he was sold Elard Golan of poor quality by a Alarhi, a merchant in Hearthsong Market. I should speak with the Glenfathan woman and convince her to return the Valiant's copper. Alathi has left the Hearthsong's market, perhaps having learned that Renato enlisted me to pursue Elard Gola. I should find out where the herbalist has gone. How did I know that? Just because I didn't see a stall with her around? Tell me about your trade. And this is like a food shop. Sells camping supplies. That's good. I don't need to trade. Next on the list is Ewan, I guess. A young girl looks about the market with a disinterested gaze. As you near, she snaps attention and straightens her posture. Welcome, S. for more. Alari's not here, so I'm running the shop while she's away. If you're looking for herbs, tinctures, oils, or ointments, then I've got everything you'll ever need. I'm looking for Alari. Where might I find her? She lives not far from here. Climb up the stairs. At the top, there's a circle of ruins. Do you know it? It's on the north side of Hearthsong. Anyway, her house is right there. The door faces those ruins. Okay. And what's she got? Just for future reference. And the last guy here, I think. Canet, or Ranit. You have the look of a hunter, Estremor. Derwin's weapons may protect the man who seeks out misfortune, but my supplies will help you to survive in the wilds. And what do you got? Oh, nice. Magic guns, which if I still used guns would be very nice. A unique mace. Restore moderate endurance as a mild spellbind. A staff. Major spellbind fireball. Nice. Actually might be useful for my mage. There's all kinds of shit in here. An ebony spider figurine. I'm loving these figurines. Yeah, I'm gonna go completely broke buying shit in this market. I'm gonna go sell all my shit at one day, make thousands upon thousands of gold, then just blow it in that market, because there's just so much nice stuff in there. Alright, I'm done with the market. I guess I can go up here. Are these the homes that I'm looking at here? So I guess I'll go up here and talk to what's-her-face. If I can find her. There's two houses here, so I know I'm gonna get the wrong one the first try, probably. Let's head in anyway. You know, just barging into people's houses. Like a hero. Alright. Hard bargain. Alarhi. Wow, this is a setup if I ever saw one. An old elven woman stands tall and proud, surrounded by Glenfathan warriors that study her every move. You speak on Renato's behalf, I presume. I knew he would convince someone to do his bidding. I did not suspect it would be the Estremor involved in all the chaos at Defiance Bay. She tilts her head to the side and blinks slowly. Does the presence of my armed entourage concern you? You were expecting a defenseless shopkeeper, am I right? Alarhi raises her dye-stained hand just as one of her guards begins to lurch forward. Stillness, she barks at her attendant. Give the Estremor a chance to speak. We are not dear wooden beasts here. Hospitality reigns. Alarhi nods to you, holding an open hand, her palm and fingers covered in blue and green dye. Envoy of the Valiant, speak the message that you were sent to deliver. I want to hear your side of the story. The first step of any sensible path. Renato did purchase from me several bushels of Elard Golan, and for it he paid a high price, but did so willingly, saying it was a bargain right as he handed me his copper. It was after our trade that the Valiant spit his venom. Renato accused me of trickery, of fraud, claiming I delivered withered likenesses of Elard Golan and not the genuine root. Such nerve, for in truth he is beyond the help of Elard Golan. Renato's old bow isn't firm enough for a full draw. No amount of Elard Golan will give him the spear of a young hunter. A fair deal is made, and now Renato objects, angry that his withered family plough is beyond herbal remedies. I have never sold anyone a remedy I knew to be false. If Renato does not silence his slanderous tongue, we will do it for him. What kind of punishment do you have in mind for Renato? Renato has slandered his host, making him no longer a guest. The merchant must vanish from Twin Elms. But Glenfathan hospitality must be observed always. He is to be given a chance to leave on his feet before he bleeds on his back. Deliver in our name a warning. Tell Renato that if he does not leave, he will be accused of conspiring to filter Nguithan relics from our land. He won't risk a trial by a council of an Amphatha. If he won't listen, then tell him that his faulty member will end in a cage, just like this black beetle, food for our birds. The reputation of your tribe is tied to your actions. Is that how you want future trading partners to remember you, your kin? The Glenfathans look at each other, faces alight with disagreement. A murmur of voices rises around the dwelling's hearth until Alari, eyes shut tight, stomps on the ground with force. Enough. Stillness. She waits until her brethren's voices die down before opening her eyes. You speak with long-sighted judgment. Trade strengthens all of the tribes, and Renato's claim, false as it is, may spread to poison us. We will suffer the indignity of letting this liar profit if it means safeguarding the peaceful, honorable accord of Twin Elms. Alari pulls up one sleeve, revealing a leather bag hanging from her hand. The clinking of copper fills the room. Take this back to the Valian with the blessings of the Fisher Crane tribe. All right.
Hey.
Good to know that a diplomatic solution was available. It looks like I'm starting to level up. My main and my Orlin are both leveling up. I'm going to do this quest turn-in and see if I don't have enough to actually level up anybody else. Alright, let's talk to him.
Hail,
Yo, Renato. My friend, welcome back. Have you recovered my coin? I've got your coin back. Diverus? Belfato, I'd almost given up hope. My thanks to you, friend. With this, I can finally restock my wares. Come find me at the Celestial Sapling. I'm sure I can find some choice items for resourceful customers like yourself. Got a moderate negative from this guy. That's unfortunate. That was enough to level up everybody but Grieving Mother. And I got an announcement from my stronghold. Major adventure added. This quest expires in 3 days. Let's assign Dwarf Chick. And that is it. How am I on construction? Finished in 9 hours. Let's level everybody up, shall we? First, Eder. Alright, points left 7. We cannot bump athletics up anymore, but we can bump his stealth up. Next. Fighter abilities. Armored Grace. Actually very nice. Unbending. Guardian stance. Guardian stance might be really useful. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Armored Grace. And he's done. I gotta replace that shield, man. I just haven't found anything better than the larder door yet. Next is gonna be Durance. Okay, Durance, gonna boost his lore, I guess. No new talents unlocked. That was simple. Level 1 spells can now be used per encounter. Very nice. That's actually really nice. That's ridiculously nice. Okay. Sagani. We will boost Sagani's stealth. And what has she got? Swift aim as a modal. Don't really necessarily need it. Takedown. Vicious aim is a modal. Slower but more damage. I think I might actually take that because that will really help with some things with high DR, I guess. Or defensive bond and predator sense. I like these passive effects because her fox is really useful. Let's do defensive bond then. Alright, what's next? Let's do the Orlan first. My druid. Alright. Yeah, my druid is all over the place with his skills. Survival 10. No new talents. Level 1 spells can now be used per encounter. I'm assuming that RPG Crawler is going to be the same exact way. RPG Crawler, because wizards always take the longest to level up. Lore. That's good. I have no idea what the cap is on lore. Level 5 spells. I have none of these. Wall of Force. Totally not worth it. Enervating Terror is a not something I need. Bitter Mooring. I guess it's a single target. It's a beam with damage. Oh, so you basically blast out. You do damage to one guy and then everybody in between. Malignant Cloud. Area of effect. Decent damage. Over a duration, that is actually very, very good. I'm going to take that. Malignant Cloud is one of my spells. What else do I got? I need something like a crowd control spell. Call to Slumber. Okay, yeah, that'll work. That'll work real well. And no new talents. Level 1 spells can now be used per encounter. Very nice. Right, we're all leveled up. I think we're just about done in this area. So let's see, I guess we're heading into further into the city here. Let's head up to Elms Reach, I guess. Where is a good way to get out? Over here. And I'm being talked to. Do not try my patience, Estramar. You shall not pass without the permission of the Anampatha. I come to see the cornerstone with the blessing of the guided compass. The guard scowls and looks at his companion, who nods back. Always too cozy with the Estramorn. Go then, and mind your step about these sacred stones. Alright, let's see the map of this place. We've got Hearthsong District, Glenfathen Home, the Old Song District, Glenfathen Home, Glenfathen Home. No, the Twin Elms. Tyr Evron, I believe that's where I need to be. Blood Sands, Hall of Warriors, and the Golden Grove.
Hey.
Let's get everybody centered. Dark Omen, even the Delimgand couldn't stop him. Alright. Can I just cruise around here? Might take that. Stalgar. What's in here? Going off the beaten path. Quick save the game though. Alright, we got a bunch of people up here. Anybody named? Arthwin. Not right now. As you can see, I've got important things to do at this moment. Well, I can't really see that, but I guess I'm going to have to take your word for it. You know what? Let's just do what we came to do here, and then we can take a look around. Oh, there's somebody here.
You have stayed true to our cause, Inquisitor, when so many others have not. For every heretic we confess, for every betrayer that burns on our pyres, new sheep continue to flock to Iavara ex Incios. But not you. I underestimated you in the beginning, but no longer.
You honor me, Grand Inquisitor.
It is not for honor that I summoned you today, but for duty. Too many of our own have confessed upon the wheel and the rack and the flame. Too many of our faithful have had their minds poisoned by the Kratom witch. The tide is against us now.
Okay.
We have but one option. Iavara's following must see her exposed for what she is. She must confess her heresy before my court.
How would we reach her?
Not in Kratom, surely. Their lord has embraced her heathen faith and protects her with his army. But in Oceanus, things would be different. The king of Oceanus is a sinful man. We have helped him to see the error of his ways, and now he fears for his soul.
Okay,
He would
these
pay
names mean
any
nothing to
price
me.
for absolution.
But how would we get Iavara to move to Oceanus?
You have already done much for the Inquisition. I wouldn't ask this were there any other choice.
And so I guess he needed me to betray her, or whatever. And this supposedly all happened thousands of years prior. The Twin Elms. They appear. Two identical women seem to fade into view as they move away from the great trees that camouflage them. Their skin is tree bark, ridged and scaly, wreathed in a curling tangle of roots, buds, and blooms. Their hair hangs beneath the shade of serrated leaves, like the drooping branches of the elms above, and the pupils of their eyes are encircled by hundreds or even thousands of concentric rings, as if to mark the accumulated wisdom of
Turn
millennia.
around, flesh creature. Outsiders are not permitted to approach the Elms.
Do you not feel it, sister? Something familiar. An ancient soul, like the other one. Another defiler, no doubt. Let us fell him and be troubled no more. It would pay the debt of his predecessor.
So it would seem, Rhiannon. But we must not hasten to judgment. I see a different motive here. Different questions in these eyes.
What of it, young trespasser? Is it as my sister says? Or are you here to stain this place with foul deeds?
Okay, do I want to be diplomatic or honest? Let's do honest. I seek a man who came through here. It sounds as though you've already met him.
By his own admission, Sheila.
Really, sister? And you wonder why your leaves begin to fall out before midsummer. Clearly that man did not want to be followed. Whatever the relationship here, I suspect it is anything but cordial. The answer is yes, old one. We crossed paths with Thaos not long ago, and we can tell you where he went. But I find it curious that anyone would seek him out. suspicious even. If we are to help you find him, we would know why.
He must face justice for his transgressions. I go
like
rational
him
this
better now,
time.
Shiva.
Indeed. A kindred spirit, it seems. But that's what this is really about, isn't it? You are tied to him. I see it now. You are awakened. Your soul is awake, and something once buried deep now wells to the surface. Past overwhelms present, closes in around you. Your time has nearly reached its end.
I just need to get to
I'm
Thaos.
sorry to tell you this, but Thaos cannot give you what you seek. Nor can any man. An awakening cannot be undone, any more than your past can be undone.
Well, that kind of sucks. What's she mean? I thought Marigold said... I'm sorry. We did not come down this road together to be refused passage by a pair of talking saplings. To be chained to such a past, a bitter and grievous thing, Watcher. So this has all been for nothing, and I'm going to lose my mind.
Past to shape it. Did you truly expect to be able to wipe it away?
I would live with it if I could. That or kill the man who brought it up.
That is
I
the
would live with it
penance
if
we
I
all
could.
pay. But penance cannot be paid for a past only known in fragments and glimpses. However, as much as my sister speaks truly that there is no way back from an awakening, there may yet be a way forward. Would you agree, Shiva?
I would. Were the way not so likely to end in death.
Death may be preferable to what lies
It
in
may,
store for me.
But not all deaths are alike, and the man you pursue is versed in thousands of them.
The man Thaos you must already know by now. You are linked by a common past. Something about it lingers within you, festering, unresolved. What it is I cannot see any more than you. And without that knowledge, your doom is certain. But were you to learn the source of this discord, perhaps it could be put to rest. Though it is equally possible it will trouble you as much now as it did then, and merely speed your condition to its end.
My past comes to me in pieces. How do I unlock the
You might
rest?
wait for it to come on its own, of course. But when it comes, it will replace your sanity's last breath. Such is the nature of your condition.
Okay.
Or you could learn it from someone who already knows.
Thaos, would he remember?
It is said the gods made his memory perfect, that he may never forget his charge. If he ever knew, he still does.
Okay.
Not that he would tell you, of course.
Oh, he doesn't have
You
to tell me. I just have to
followed the
look
right
at him.
person for the wrong reason, it seems. We see it often beneath the elms. The soul dragging mind and body to unknown places for unfathomable reasons. You may have wandered into Thaos' path many times, in many lifetimes, without an awakening to show you why.
The only thing that's certain is you did not find what you sought.
You said you know where
You've
he
gone
went.
down beneath the tower to a place older than we, where the people of Engwith once walked. He makes his way to the buried city, Sun and Shadow.
May he stay down there and rot with the remains of his people.
He may
Sounds
yet.
kind of harsh.
He won't be returning the way he came, that much is certain. He opened a secret path in the tower's base, and saw it destroyed behind him through some vile means.
Is there another
We know
way to
one.
get to him?
On the burial isle, through the court of the penitents, Braeth Yaman. A shortcut, in fact.
How is it a shortcut if I gotta go all the way to the burial isle?
Don't be cruel, sister. The way my
Yeah,
sister
fuck you.
speaks of is not for the faint of heart. A great pit at the center of a forgotten court, where faiths were judged in place of crimes. To most, it is simply a gateway.
I
to
like
death.
Shifa.
With the help of the gods, it can take you where you want to go.
What do you mean with the help of the gods?
The pit is said to have been a means of judgment by the gods. Those cast into it are meant to die. It is that way you must pass to reach Sun and Shadow. The court is old. We do not know much for certain, but it would seem only the gods themselves can grant passage.
And what is this
No
court?
more than a ruin now. It is older than we, a place for the trial of heretics. We were not here to witness it, but at one time there was a group that refused to acknowledge the gods. Neither the first nor the last, of course, but these were numerous and all put on trial for it. Those who did not repent were cast into the pit and imprisoned below. The fall killed them, of course. The prison was not for people, but for their souls, and their sentences were eternal. It is said that many of the condemned repented and were permitted by the gods to ascend from the pit, so long as they pledged their service to one of them. But these are old legends.
Alright, how would I ever get the gods
Behind
to
us
help
is
me?
Ter Evron, said to pierce the shroud itself, and a place of communion with all gods. If ever there was a time for prayer, you have found it.
So the only way to get through this pit is to pray for help.
Not the only way. Just the only one that doesn't end with your body impaled on jagged rocks.
Are you sure? I mean, I could get a lot of rope. Who would I pray to? Any god you can, I should think.
I pray first to those gods you like best. I hope for your sake the feeling is shared.
And how do I pray?
Evron is also called the Hall of Stars, and the stars show us the allegiances of the gods. When stars are in conjunction, we know the gods they represent are aligned as well. You should choose a place to pray where you'll be closest to those you want to hear you. If a god stands alone, you should pray to that god. If they band together, you should address them all. Choose your words wisely, for all gods expect proper homage, and none has patience for fools. What do you wish to know?
You know, there's plenty I could ask these two, but I'm not going to right now.
I'm curious. If you were to subdue your enemy, what would you do with him? What would give you peace?
You know, this is a good question. I wish to undo the harm he's caused.
You would need to have twice as many lifetimes as he to repair his savage work.
But perhaps there are strides you can make.
Think on this matter. Be assured in your course.
Yeah, that is a good question. What the hell am I going to do with this guy when I do catch him?
Not just to his soul, but to yours. And be warned. Some questions have answers that can never be learned, and it is those that trouble the soul above all others. May you find an answer to yours.
And that was a big info dump. And hey, I've got enough to level up the Grieving Mother, which I will do right now. We're going to bump up her stealth a little bit. And then we are going to... powers. Ringleader is another dominate thing. And then... tactical meld? Detonate? Okay, so I'll get Ringleader and Detonate. That sounds good. They're basically psychic warriors. Alright, and with that massive info dump and that level up done, I am going to call it for this episode. This has been the RPG Crawler with Pillars of Eternity. If you like what you've seen, remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more RPG content. Until next time, take care and goodbye.